But the list didn't exist a month ago, right?
It's also
the list was on her desk, and then it didn't exist, and then it was the same list that existed for 5 years. It's just like, go, 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 go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Softlock Cafe. It's been a while, all right? We know there's been a little bit of a break between the last episode of this time, but we're back, all right? Dads, your two internet dads are back, all right?
People are calling it the greatest comeback episode to ever be recorded.
It's true.
Many people are saying this.
Listen, I got shoved down a well, and I've been screaming to be let out for the past, month. So I'm finally out of the well. It was a tough time. There was not a lot of food. I had to eat some rats. I had to get down with a snake one time. It was kind of like that episode of Bear Grylls where he gets caught, like it was 127 hours, and he had to figure it out for himself. He wanted to relive that for some reason or whatever. But how have you been? Have you been in a hole? God, I wish.
I've not physically been in a Walmart parking lot, but I have emotionally been in a Walmart parking lot. So that's where I'm at. School's just been fucking. It's tough. I got put in a new department, and it's a lot of energy, and I just don't want to do anything ever.
Tell me about it. Whatever you can say.
Right. A lot of legal stuff we can't get into it. But basically, it's just we have two students that got put in our department that shouldn't be in our department. And so it's like a lot of time and effort and resources that we don't really have being dedicated to students that we shouldn't be caring for. And it just kind of sucks. But we're doing our best. The kids are great. One of them, we have a student. He has Down syndrome and he doesn't speak English. And he loves to play basketball. And so I get to go play basketball with him a lot. And it's super fun. And one of the times we were playing basketball, every time he would make a basket, he would just say, "Easy." And it was just really fucking awesome and heartwarming. And so there's still good points, which is the only reason I haven't quit yet, because I don't know what we do or what I do is pretty awesome sometimes. So yeah, I don't know, that's really all of the school stuff I wanted to talk about.
That's cool.
The bus is so I've been blessed in the last 3 years. I've been getting rides to and from work, and so I haven't had to do public transportation in a while, and I fucking forgot what a goddamn shit show it is. What fucking day was it? It was on Thursday. I was riding the bus and our bus driver was gone. Which we could talk about why she was gone as the follow up, because I'm fucking I'm an asshole, as it turns out, all the time, and never try to be.
Was the bus there at least?
The bus was there, but it wasn't our normal bus. It was a different bus. It was like a bus that only has 6 seats. Because it's not a very populated route. If we're being,
they sent you the short bus.
They sent us the short bus. It's called a cutaway. The dude behind me. So there's only 4 of us on the bus. It's fucking. We're all super close to each other because it's a shorter bus. Dude behind me, for what the fuck ever reason, is text to speech listening to a manga be read aloud. No headphones, just blaring it on the bus. I have no idea what it was, but it's the same AI voice over and over. And it was sisters, we must combine our powers to overcome what the fuck ever. And then one of the bitches got surgery. I don't fucking know. It was really hard to follow. But I'm who is this man who's just on the bus letting it fucking play out like this?
Was he looking at the pictures, or was this
I have no idea.
Audio only manga?
He was right behind me. And so I couldn't see what he was doing, but I fucking heard it, and I was I hate this. And so fucking motherfucker was there again on Friday, and I sat on the other side of the bus so I wouldn't have to hear it as well. That's I don't know, fucking public transportation, dude. And then
that there should be legal repercussions for doing something like that on public transit. You should be both banned from public transit and put in what's the thing that stretches you?
The Iron,
in the
I
Princess
was gonna
Bride?
say Iron Maiden. That's not what the Iron Maiden is. Iron Maiden is the thing where they shut it and there's a bunch of spikes.
Yeah, no, we need to stretch them out. I forget what it's called. Let us know in the comments. But we gotta stretch. Yeah, we got. Yeah, we need to quarter that fucking guy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say though?
Normally on a normal bus, they would tell you to cut that shit out. They don't want to hear anything playing on anyone's phones. And I almost said something to him, but I was because it's such a smaller environment, it feels weirder. Because if it's some dude on the other side of the bus, you're hey, fucking shut up, and then they shut up, and then that guy's on the other side of the bus. Dude was right behind me. It's gonna be awkward the whole ride if I said something. It was awkward.
It's a short bus. It didn't really matter where he was at that point. You were getting fucked, right?
Exactly. But the bus driver was gone because last week we were like the only two on the bus, and I've been writing every day for like 3 weeks now. And so she was like, "Oh, so you work at school?" I was like, "Yeah." And then we like talked a little bit. Friday before Labor Day, she was gone. I was gone Labor Day. She was also gone Tuesday after, and she shows up Wednesday. And I'm like, "Oh, hey, good to see you. Did you have a good weekend?" And she was like, "No, my aunt died." I was like,
Oh my god.
fucking sick. My bad. I forgot that you're not supposed to try to be polite and make small talk with anyone ever. I like
God, she didn't.
I like authentic answers, but I just feel like an asshole for asking and that being the response. I'm glad she was authentic, but like, god damn it.
I don't know. I just you gotta take those ones on the chest. Sometimes you could be like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, yeah.
It's honestly her fault though. She's the one who fucking didn't show up, and then you had to sit right next to the fucking anime AI voice guy. It's her fault.
Those were the 2 days after, because she did say that she had to go back to. Oh my god, Jesse, what the fuck is going on with your fur? So she told me, she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna like have to go back to where I'm from so I can like see family and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, well, it's not the greatest reason, but at least you get to see family," just like trying to salvage the fucking situation. And then it was my stop. I was like, "All right, cool, bye."
Oh my god, you gotta just get out of there. That's crazy to continue that. I would have to bail.
Like I said, I don't know. I tried to be like comforting after the awkwardness. But then because she was gone is when I got fucking AI manga fucking dude the next 2 days. So
My god,
horrific.
she wouldn't put up with that shit.
She would
Swear
not
to
have.
God.
Fucking Maria would have put the smack down.
She would have been the one to quarter him herself. She would have had the machine ready to go.
No, she would have just got 4 buses tied up to his arms and just fucking drove in different directions.
It's like if you've ever seen the first episode of Fear Factor when they drag the people behind the horses. That's what they'll do to him. Have the horse right out of town dragging him. And what's left will be like a very polished ball at the end of it.
So how about you? Anything going on in your life?
I mean, work-wise, it has been insane. I will say it's probably I would say arguably been more insane for me than I don't know. Probably maybe I don't know. Maybe not people-wise, but they fired my coworker, and a project that we were supposed to have 2 people on and spend the rest of the year on now has 1 person on it, and they're spending the rest of the year on it, and that 1 person is me. So like I have this one massive project that I've been working on for a while now, kind of like. I've been doing like 30% of my time on that and like 70% of my time on like other projects for the business. Excuse me. And
shut up. We're trying to record a podcast here. What the fuck was that? The unprofessionalism at its finest.
It came out. It just came out. I'm a stupid fucking idiot and I deserve to be quartered.
No, you're a handsome man putting the fucking team on your back and not getting a pay raise for it.
It's true. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting everybody on my back. I'm putting them there and I'm carrying them. I'm giving them back. What? No.
So some back?
There is some back happening. And yeah, basically the project is a 3D grocery store that's built out in Unreal that has a lot of interactivity, basically like an entire learning game. And this guy who had been working with me had been working on it solo for a really long time and didn't really produce anything until like January of this year. He didn't even understand that this was a project that we were doing in Unreal. He thought that he would be able to make like an animation and that it would suffice, but like it was very clear to him that this was supposed to be like an interactable game. This is not supposed to be like a video.
Yeah.
So he thought he was going to get away with like making a video, and he didn't do fucking anything on this project for a year, and then they fired him for not doing anything on this project for a year. And then the messed up part is they moved my boss for no reason. My boss that I had, he knew how to game develop. He literally had gone to school for game development and developed a ton of, demos and like little things. He hasn't published anything, but he's got a bunch of little shit out there. And the boss they moved me to, didn't even know what Unreal is barely until I told him, and like he was a part of our calls. This dude doesn't know how to develop games or like support that. So like no shade to the dude. It just feels like an odd move for them to do, but I don't know. I feel like I'm that meme of the guy who accidentally got too important at his job. And I'm just like, oh god, wait.
Wow. That your coworker, he seems unreal.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I had been complaining about him for months, and not just to to my coworkers. I was also complaining about him to my mom and dad and shit. So because like even when we got into Unreal, he was very uncommunicative and didn't really respond very well, unfortunately.
Mm.
I think there might have been an issue where he was just like maybe the language barrier was a bit much. This dude, I don't know exactly where, but he was from Africa, and he had just recently moved. I don't even know how recent it was, but it like moved to Chicago, and he was setting up. He had just bought a house too, so it just feels bad all around because
Yeah.
they fired a guy who had just moved and bought a house, and then I also have to do a ton more work, but. It is what it is. I don't get a raise. Maybe I will do the funniest thing possible and work on it until like November and then leave them with the bag. But probably won't. Probably won't.
Yeah, if your
Maybe.
oath's boss and you're saying is legally, that's a joke.
Oh, he's not my boss anymore. What the fuck he's gonna do?
Well, I'm just saying if your current boss does see this for some reason.
Oh no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. But yeah, so work has been pretty chaotic for me personally. It's been a lot of like anytime I'm not working, I've just been gaming. Kind of.
Mhm.
I've been doing a lot of
Yeah, so-
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
remember that, the Sigma series. You fucking did not put all of your time and effort into the wooden sword like I kept begging you in chat. You wanted to use
bad.
cool and functional weapons instead. How dare you? The audacity.
Listen, I'm sorry that I wanted to have a good time, but the fucked up thing is I still didn't have a good time. That game is so hard.
Yeah.
That game is like one of the hardest games ever. But thankfully, Ninja Gaiden 2 is a lot easier. And I put it on a harder difficulty. So, like, I played, like, the intro, the first 2 chapters of Ninja Gaiden 2, and it's just a lot better of a time. But Ninja Gaiden 1 was essentially like driving a car into a brick wall, backing up and driving it in until you have 7 concussions back to back. It's like, that's how I felt at the end of that game. Like, breathing out of my mouth, bent over, feeling very bad. It's just a bad time. Oh my god. I can't believe that you like had a good memory of this game.
I didn't say I had a good memory of it. I just like I played like the first 2 missions when I was like fucking 9. And I remember me and my dad were both like, yo, we gotta level up the wooden sword. It's got 8 levels. It's gotta be worth it.
Yeah, that might be why you didn't get very far, because that wooden sword is ass. All right.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, so what else
yeah,
have you been
I'm
playing?
going-
It's famously dry week for video games, I feel like.
yeah, there's been nothing going on in the gaming space. So after my Ninja Gaiden 2 Ninja Gaiden 1 playthrough, I moved to the OG Hollow Knight to replay through that, and I was able to beat that in time for Silksong, which just came out a couple days ago as of recording this, like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we actually delayed. We
And-
normally record on Wednesdays. We delayed recording so we could get Silksong first impressions.
Yeah. Well, my first impressions are it's very interesting because there's 2 sides of this coin. There's the veterans who have been playing Hollow Knight for 7-8 years now that are coming in, and then there's the new person who has never played Silksong or Hollow Knight before, and they're just coming in very fresh. And it's been interesting to see the veterans struggle a bit more compared to the people who are coming in new, because these people have like such a good muscle memory with the way that Hollow Knight plays, but Silksong changes like little things. Like you can't really pogo anymore. There's like a diagonal downswing instead of like a straight, like he swings below you in Hollow Knight and it bounces you up, but it doesn't work that way in Silksong. So like a lot of the movement options are a lot different, and the veterans who have the muscle memory for this are like getting messed up and
It's
like not really having a good time.
Crazy that he's better at bouncing on it than she is.
It is crazy that he is the better one at bouncing on it for sure. But the thing is if you play into the game long enough, you'll get a new mask that allows you to use different moves. So the downswing becomes a little bit closer to Hollow Knight's pogo, but it's still like a delayed swing. So just in general, the vets are a little bit like, fuck this. Why do they make these minor ass changes? And then all the new people are like, oh wow, look at all the environments, look at all the music, look at all the cute characters, and they're just having a great time. And the veterans are just screaming online about it. It's very funny to see online. But honestly, my personal experience is that I agree, the backgrounds look really good, the audio is really good, the characters are really cool. The mechanics, there were some interesting choices, I thought, especially with just the UI. I think that a lot of the UI is like there's too many layers to it, I think, and this is a problem that a lot of games are having nowadays, where they just make the UI kind of overly confusing. There's like different currencies that you get throughout the game, but the currency you use the most isn't the one that you like see listed first. It's listed below, and it's like the currency that you don't use as much, that you just like collect a bunch of shards. They're on top, which is super weird to me that they chose to do that. And then other than that, I think The game is really cool. The difficulty curve is really cool. They did a really good job with making the movement similar but different. Where like a lot of the abilities, like in Hollow Knight, you get like a dash, and then you get like the wall jump, and then you get like the double jump, and you still get the dash and the wall jump and the double jump and all that, but there's like slight changes to those that do make them feel different. And overall, I think this is like, if you like Hollow Knight, you're going to like this, right? This is not a game. They made this game literally with the same framework in mind as Hollow Knight. So if you enjoyed Hollow Knight, this is a 10 out of 10. If you don't like Metroidvanias, this is probably like a 5 out of 10. And the hype is like, what the fuck is going on here? But I think no one can deny the hype is crazy. They hit 500,000 day one, like literally within a couple hours. And they broke every marketplace. They broke the Steam store. They broke Xbox. They broke Nintendo. They broke everything. Nothing was usable.
Yeah, it was like,
Zeke can detest. I was in your DMs bitching.
He was. I was saying there was also like 560,000 peak players or something like that.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, think about the Xbox Game Pass and the PlayStation Store and the Nintendo. Like, surely there was probably over 1 million concurrent at one point. I'm almost guaranteeing that. It had to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious to see what the sales numbers are going to be when this game all comes out, because it's $20, you know? I feel like people are going to buy this and let it sit for a while. They might even play Hollow Knight first, you know what I mean, if they hadn't played Hollow Knight already. But this is one of those games that everybody's going to pick up, and it's just going to make like $1 billion. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, fucking no notes. You hit everything that I was going to hit. So as someone who is a fairly big fan, do you think the hype was worth it? Was it worth the 7-year or like 10-year wait, right? 10-year?
I haven't beat the game yet, so I can't say fully, but I mean, if you like Hollow Knight, any wait is justified if you like Hollow Knight. It's just, this is more of the same, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I haven't really gotten to the end yet, and so, but we'll see. When I get to the end, I'll have an update for the stream. That's not what we're doing here.
We're not doing a stream here. We're live right now.
That's not what we're doing here at all. What the heck?
I mean, people wouldn't just like go on TV and lie about things, right? Like, definitely no one powerful and in charge would just lie a lot. Man, where to fucking begin with this? So, like, we've taken like a month off and fucking shit's getting crazy now. So Thomas,
crazy.
Is it Thomas Massey? I don't know his first name.
Yeah, Thomas Massey.
Yes,
yep.
Massey. Thomas Massey. He was like, boom, what's up? I'm gonna fucking sign, or I'm gonna make a petition for people to sign, and if we get enough signatures, we are gonna force the release of the Epstein list. And it's weird that one, he's a Republican who did it, because you know the Republicans are the one trying to cover it up. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and the other fucking crazy woman. I don't know.
The other crazy woman.
Yeah. They've all signed, which is, you know, based fucking wanting to support the victims in like releasing the list, getting justice for that thing is very cool. Even if it is people that we don't typically find ourselves agreeing with. And Trump, he came out and he was like, anyone who signs this, I'm taking it as like an active threat against me or whatever. He's like considering it a hostile action towards it's
a democratic hoax.
It's a democratic hoax. And yeah, so it's nice to see some sort of like motion, I guess, that at least someone's trying to do something. And then it just gets so messy from there because you could talk more about it. The guy who got honeypotted, he was like, if we do release the list, we're only releasing the Democrats and we're gonna redact all of the Republicans on the list.
Yeah. Honestly, before we do that, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Massey because it's very interesting, like his history. But so Thomas Massey is like a very traditional Kentucky Republican, like traditional in the sense of before Trump was president. What Republicans were when, like, what's that motherfucker's name? Bush, that guy. When Bush was president, I forgot his name for a second. Well, when Bush was president, like, he's a Bush Democrat, or sorry, Republican. Wow. And
honestly, fucking Bush seems like he would have been a Democrat nowadays.
I mean, compared to what we got going on now, for sure, he would. I mean, but it is what it is. They would probably all still end up falling in line. But Thomas Massey has a picture of his Christmas card that he sent out with him and every member of his family with guns. They're like super heavy
that
gun
guy?
family.
Okay, yes. Okay, I remember that story back when it happened. Yes.
Throw the image up now, but Thomas Massey's Christmas card is insane. So this guy has already been like in the news, and he's like a very funny meme guy, and it's like this. He's broken away from the majority of the Republican Party, who has fallen in line and been whipped, and this is super cool actually to see because he also voted against the BBB. I'm not calling it by its government name. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that shit.
The big black box.
The BBL. Yeah, call this BBL Drizzy the way Kendrick is singing, not like us. Shit. Bars. Fuck. Oh, yeah. But, so, it's crazy that they need 6. So they need 6 Republicans. They have 4. So they need 2 more. You were totally right in that they have 4. They got Boebert, they got MTG, they got Massey, and they have one more that neither of us can remember. Unimportant. I guess they should be important because they're standing up for what's right.
All right,
they need 2 more. Yeah, they need 2 more, and then they have the ability to actually pass the vote if the vote happens. But at the end of the day, Mike Johnson is literally doing everything in his fucking power to avoid a vote. I was covering this a while ago. What's up?
Nancy Mace is her name.
Nancy Mace. Shout out Nancy.
Of South Carolina.
One of the better Nancys.
Well.
Her or Reagan? Which one? Who are we going with? Is this a head competition? No.
Fucking making jokes like that when we're literally talking about a sexual assault case is kind of crazy.
Okay, no, I was just making a Nancy Reagan gave crazy head joke, all right? But either way, let me lock back in. You're right, those 4 people. What was I talking about? And then, Mike Johnson is doing everything in his power to stop the release of this list. He closed Congress for summer. He is ending every session early before they have a chance to vote on anything. They are not allowing any votes, and they are ending sessions early. It's actually ridiculous. They are not allowing any sort of conversation to be had congressional. Mike Johnson is running the biggest interference possible. And beyond that, he decided to go on TV and say that Trump was a FBI agent that was tasked with revealing what Epstein did. Which is incredible that we have the narrative that this is both a hoax now, that this is all made up by the Democrats, that this is a hoax, that they didn't care, and now it's going from it's a hoax to, oh yeah, it was real, but he was a white hat pedophile. The first white hat pedophile to ever do it, all right?
Yeah,
it's like a white
no, you guys don't
hacker.
understand. If I didn't fuck the kids because the government told me to, then we wouldn't have brought down the pedophile. I had to fuck the kids. There's nothing that could have been done.
He had to. He just had to, chat. You don't understand. He did it for the people. He's a man of the people. And then he'll go on TV and then call people, like try to throw every smokescreen possible. Like, oh, Department of Defense? Nah, that's the Department of War now. Like, bro, we do not care. We do not give a fuck what you do. This is not going away. They have tried so hard to keep this story out of the limelight, and it has been a months-long effort to keep this story going. I'm fucking proud of my people for not letting this go down. Yeah. It's not going down without a fight. It's been staying around, but
it surprises me. I can't think of a worse lie than, oh yeah, no, Trump was working for the FBI. That's like literally fucking some shit you would say when you're high off your ass and y'all are just like passing jokes back and forth. Like, how did that make it through any amount of like, yeah, no, this is the story we're gonna run with?
I mean, they have leaks everywhere. They have nothing. Fucking, they got the Department of Justice, the analyst, going on hinge dates with honeypots.
Yes.
Fucking a girl who worked for Project Veritas, which is interesting because this is a right-wing media outlet. Went on a honeypot date with the Department of Justice analyst. I forget his name. It's like Schniffy or some shit. He's got a crazy ass last name. And she asked him a bunch of questions on the second date. I guess the first date, she just tried to do normal shit so that she could get the good shit on the second date. And she had a recording, and he literally, in the first, 2 minutes of the clip, and details the fact that they're going to redact every Republican name, make sure that every liberal that they want to attack is on there, and release that as fact. So there's 3 circles, I think, that of Epstein news that we wanted to cover. There's the Thomas Massey stuff with the Republicans. There is the honeypot hinge date, which is insane, and there's so much information there to go over. What's his name?
Joseph Schnitt.
Joseph Schnitt. See, I was close. And so Joseph Schnitt. And then what he also revealed is that basically The plan is simple, right? Boys, the plan is simple, all right? We're going to gaslight all the idiots into thinking that the Democrats are all of the pedophiles and that there is no bad people on the Republican side. And it blows my mind, because if that was real, right? Let's think about it. Think about this situation, right? It creates a situation where if that was real, why wouldn't the Republicans have done it when Trump was president the first time?
Yeah. Like,
if
why are they stalling so long
real
to release the list if it's just the Dems?
And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not letting the Dems off the hook either, because they sure as shit had opportunity to do it as well. They're just as implicit, but like,
burn them all.
It's so in front of our faces that it's like, how are MAGA people coping with this? Like, before we were like, how are they coping with this? But like, now it's like, how are you actively coming to terms with the fact that your guy is a sexual predator?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah, because that's like that's going back with the fucking, like, he's been a deep agent this whole time. Why would you not have led with that forever ago when it was first rumored that he was on the list? Like, why are we waiting so fucking long? It's so obviously fake bullshit. I hate it. I hate it with everything in my body.
But the list didn't exist a month ago, right?
It's also
the list was on her desk, and then it didn't exist, and then it was the same list that existed for 5 years. It's just like, go.
Yeah, and so Johnson, he's trying to stall so they can't vote on it. Even if it does get voted on, Trump would have to sign off on it. And so, like, basically, like, we all know, no matter what, they're not going to formally release anything credible. So thankfully, in quotes, like, the victims themselves have been like, hey, guess what? Our lived experiences still happen. And so they are working on compiling a list that, because they're like, hey, spoilers, we know who fucking abused us.
We will just say the names of the people who sexually abused us.
Yeah. And so even if the government doesn't do anything, because they wanted to come from them first. So like, people have like the official, like, on document, like, hey, this is the shit that happened. But in light of that not happening, the victims are going to come forward with the names that they have. And so hopefully, fucking soon, some shit will happen sooner than later.
And they absolutely should come out. I hope that there is like a benefactor, a millionaire or billionaire, that gives them security around the clock, that like is actually cares about these people, because I would be very concerned for these women's safety, to be honest with you. Like, just to be frank, because part of what the women were saying at the conference is like, we don't want to call Donald Trump out because we are scared. Like, these women are scared, and they're still coming out anyways because it is just that important. Like, it's that important, you know? Like, we have pedophiles in our government on both sides, and these are predators that should have justice, you know, done to them, and they're evading justice.
Yeah, Trump knows how important it is, because like, when they were having their press conferences, they were talking. He specifically scheduled like fighter jet demonstrations to fly over to make it harder to hear them as they were talking. Like, he's doing every little petty bitch thing that he can to like try and quiet the voices.
Yeah, the amount of damage control, I just don't see they're out, right? Because those three circles that I was talking about, that we talked about before, you got Thomas Massie, you got the victims, and then you've got the leaked. If Trump is able to silence and whip all the Republicans into not signing this petition and not voting on the Epstein list, then that's gone, right? If they're able to silence these women, then that's gone. Like, it's fucked up, but there's legitimately just a path to where Trump could just get away with this still. Like, even with all this pressure, he could still just get away with it because of that. Like, Republicans are that scared of losing, you know? They don't want to ever lose the House. They don't want to lose any election ever again. And so they're just, like, trying as hard as they can, and they've cast their lot with the pedophile, and they can't uncast their lot. And it's becoming brutally obvious that this is going to end in pretty much one of two ways. Trump either fucking silences everybody and gets away with it, and there's a violent revolution in this country, or Trump doesn't get away with it. There is some semblance of justice in this country. We fucking have a reorganization of the entire political structure, you know, term limits for justices, a lot of different changes, and like, just like the ability for these insane people to get in these positions, like, confirmed through these committees that just don't give a fuck. Like how RFK was able to be confirmed as the Department of Health, like, when you had 1,000 people sign a petition. Like, it blows my mind. We didn't get into it too much, but like, it's crazy. Let's talk RFK now, though. We can move away from Epstein Watch. That was Epstein Watch. It was a little extended edition for you.
Well, I was gonna say, I have something I kind of want to, while we're talking about anti-Trump sentiments turning. So there was a mass shooting in Minnesota at a church. It was carried out by a trans person.
Producer Yegog here. So the person in question actually expressed desire to detransition. So it's even kind of ambiguous whether or not you would consider the person trans. Not that the people who are going on about this care about things like facts, but it was just extra context that I felt was worth mentioning.
And since 2018, 4 mass shootings have been carried out by trans people, and it's like 4,700 have been carried out by cis people, which people just like don't want to talk about. But so like Trump, he came up
They
and
just
he was
don't
like,
care, right?
"What's up?"
Well, the people just don't care. That's not that they
Correct.
don't want to talk about it. They just don't care.
Yes, but Trump is trying to hyper focus in on this, and he's like, "Fucking trans people, they're a threat. We need to take guns away from them." And the NRA of all people came out and they were like, "No, the fuck you're not. The Second Amendment says anyone can have guns." And so the fucking NRA of all people are coming to defend trans people now, which is just a weird timeline we would not expect to find ourselves in.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's
So hopefully
That's incredible. It's another smokescreen, right? Where he's just trying to get people to think about other things. But it is interesting because they did this same thing to the Black Panthers when they were big. They wanted to take guns away from black people and make it illegal for black people to own guns. So it's
did the
it's
NRA
incredible
come to
how
their
we've gone.
defense or no?
Yeah.
did?
NRA was like,
Okay.
hey, nah, man.
NRA's kind of woke as it turns out.
It's just ridiculous that I don't know, the NRA as a whole should not exist, but it is funny that they have managed to support trans people in this one specific instance.
Yeah, because the NRA, they also forgot to rise up against the tyrannical government that's taking over. But whoopsies, that's like the whole reason we support guns, right? So we can be able to rise up against our tyrannical overlords. You forgot to do that, but you did support trans people. So fuck the NRA, but also fuck Trump and everything that he's trying to do.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna advocate for political violence, but who out there? who? Hey, I'm looking. I'm waiting.
Waiting for that headline to drop.
I'm waiting. No, it's gonna be like crack, dog. All
right, now we can talk about RFK because oh my fucking god. Speaking of people that make me not want to be here. Also, I think we're just trying to get all the fucking the sad shit out so we can talk about funny, goofy stuff after this. But
yeah, I love funny, goofy stuff.
Dude, oh god, the brainworm is taking over. So he's just been on a tirade lately of just like undoing everything and getting a bunch of people to quit. And like it's gotten so bad that they sent out like a bunch of people signed an open letter, including every current living like head of the CDC was like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. And it's just,
please.
I've never seen, because it's like a lot of the people that Trump put in power were like woefully underqualified, but like none of them are like actively going against the thing that they're supposed to be doing. Like Pete Hegseth, he is doing war things while he's the Department of Defense guy. The FBI guys are doing FBI things. They're not like, causing those fucking institutions to collapse. And they put the most anti-health fucking dumbest motherfucker who doesn't know dick about shit in charge of American healthcare. And now we're just fucking like, it's gotten so bad that Florida rolled back all vaccine mandates because who are we to tell you what to do with your body, says the state that outlawed abortion.
Just ridiculous.
And so now we're gonna have to worry about fucking like measles outbreaks in our fucking Lord's year of 2025 because this dumb motherfucker is just out here just constantly spewing misinformation and just like actively trying to get people to fucking have to worry about shit we've never had to worry about. And it's just fucking, I don't get it.
It feels like a disproportionate response to COVID, and this might be controversial. I don't give a fuck if it is, though, but this is kind of like how Trump was a response to Obama. Like, they hated the fact that a black person was president so bad that they had to go in the opposite direction so hard to essentially punish us for voting, like Dems for voting in a black person. And this is like punishing Dems for fucking caring about COVID and like stopping businesses from partaking in their business, like Tesla not being able to work in California because they wanted to make sure that people weren't fucking dying constantly. Like they put RFK in to punish us for Fauci and having proper response to the COVID shit. It's just incredible how quickly he's decided like, firing every CDC person, firing every Department of Health person. Like, we are dismantling all of these individual things. We're also defunding Medicare, defunding every healthcare organization, defunding Social Security. We're going to make sure that you are old and have no healthcare, and that also polio and measles are coming back. It's like, it's so fucked up. And there was a congressional hearing recently, and in his last congressional hearing, he just lied a lot. So the Democrats were trying to get him to swear in. They were bringing a motion to get him to swear in, and the Republicans were like, fucking stupid idiot Dems, we own you. No. And they're like, we're not going to make him swear to tell the truth because we don't care if he's telling the truth. It's like such blatant corruption. It hurts my soul, and I don't know how we recover from that too. Because this is like a special kind of fucked up, separate from what Trump is doing. Even though it's like an extension of him, like, this is a separate kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things that he mentioned was that he doesn't know how many people died of COVID because the data doesn't exist. Spoilers, the data exists. He says
the list isn't real, dude.
Yeah, he says we don't know how effective the vaccine was. We know how effective the COVID vaccine was, and which was an mRNA vaccine, which he's also trying to defund and say is like super fucking deadly, while also simultaneously being like, you know what, Trump does deserve a Nobel Prize for what he did with the COVID
Operation
vaccine.
Warp Speed.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's I don't know. I like, the worm literally has to be driving the fucking car at this point, because nothing, like, he's not even tonally consistent with himself. It's all so ass.
I think the thing is the only reason he has this position is because he dropped out of the race anyways, right? Like, he is just an extension of Trump's bussy. Yeah. He is the flaps hanging underneath Trump's bussy. It's truly sad to see. And I it's funny, I saw a meme that said, I get why motherfuckers were killing Kennedys now.
Yeah.
That shit had me set. I was like, damn, they're crazy, but I don't know. I don't want to perpetrate that, because, like, I wouldn't laugh at a meme that was like, damn, can't wait to fucking kill AOC. You know, there's like two sides to that. You know, I don't want to open the door to, like, a bunch of fucked up people making jokes about, you know, Ilhan Omar and, like, for AOC and shit. So
Sure.
Always try to keep a check on myself with shit like that.
Yeah. But the erosion of our healthcare system has gotten so bad that 3 West Coast governors have been like, hey, we are going to start our own new CDC that values science and real data. And so we're just going to start ignoring the CDC now and doing, like, you know, actually start listening to real health officials again. I believe it was Oregon, California, and Nevada were the 3. I don't know the third one. I know for sure I think it was Washington, Oregon, California. And then I heard I had seen Hawaii wants in on it as well.
Hawaii barely wants to be a state. We should just do a vote of Hawaiians to see if they want to be a state or independent.
No,
if
for
they want
sure.
to be independent, just let them go, man. Like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it would be incredible. Like, why would you want to live in a red state? It just blows my mind. Like, I cannot see a single benefit to living in a red state. Like, you will just be forced to have, like, your rapist baby if you were, God forbid, something like that were to happen. Like, you will receive no health care to assist with it. You will receive no help after your child is born. And also, all of your food stamps are going from $300 a month to $30 a month, as if that can last an entire month. You know, They couldn't even do ramen every day on $30 a month for a family of 3. Like, it's obvious that the suffering is the point. And I don't know. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm looking and waiting, baby. Just waiting for the day. The headline's gonna hit like crack.
Yeah.
Do you have any more on this? That's my send off.
Yeah, no. Let's not talk about sad things anymore. Let's talk about fun things. So you invited me to a fantasy football league.
Yeah.
Fucking that shit was so based. Oath was like, "Hey, draft is like tomorrow. You want to join? I'll cover your entry fee." And I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" Fucking join the league. Boom, 2nd overall pick. I'm like, sick. Who am I getting? Jamar Chase or Saquon Barkley? So fucking boom. I got Saquon Barkley. I got fucking Joe Burrow. And I got fucking Bowers. Can't think of his first name. Kenny Bowers. Timmy Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. There it is. My fucking, I got the BBB.
What's your team name, you fucker?
My team name is They Hit the Twin Bowers. Which is pretty funny.
It is ridiculous, but Yeah, I'll give you the intro. So I started up a league this year. I've been a part of a lot of leagues before, but my league that I've been a part of yearly ended last year because the commissioner left and the guy he set up to be the commissioner just didn't renew the league. And I have no way to contact that guy to tell him to renew the league. So we just don't have a league. I don't have a league with those people anymore, and I don't really have a way to, renew that. So I went on Sleeper and I started up a new league, and I was like, fuck it, let's do a $10 entry, not too high. And I invited a bunch of randos and a couple of homies, and we had a couple drops right at the end. So I was like, let's get Z in here. Z came on short notice, appreciate that. And yeah,
Z knows
coming
ball,
in
as it turns
and
out.
getting second draft pick instantly did tilt me a little bit, and then you sniped every pick from me.
Yeah, fucking
You,
so
like-
I was at my dad's like on my laptop, just getting fucking Discord message after Discord message, like oath being like, "Fuck you, I hate you."
Because you were in the second draft pick and I was in the fifth,
Yep.
and which means that you would get 2 draft picks before I would get 1
Yep.
when it came around the left side. So like in the first round, I would get 2, but then the next 2 rounds, like in the rounds 1 and 2, I would go first, or I would go second in rounds 1, or I would go
2 and 3.
Sorry,
You were before.
I would go first in round 1, 2 and 3.
I was first.
I was
round,
at,
motherfucker.
you were first in round 1.
Yes,
I was first in round 2.
and 3. No,
No, I'm doing the math.
Yeah, I don't know how math works either, as it turns
So
out.
I was first in round 2, but then you went after me, and then you go again before I get another
Yes.
chance. So you basically,
That is how
I
snake draft
overcomplicate
works.
it.
Yeah.
You go twice before I go once,
Yeah.
but I do get to pick before you in that one round. So it's just you just fucking gave me the 2-piece. It was insane. I'm pulling it up. I got the sleeper up right now, so I could tell you the exact player you fucked me on. Fucking Drake London. Like, no reason to draft that motherfucker in round. Like,
I think
no
he was
reason
the
at
first
all.
wide receiver I draft. I fucking drafted like 2 running backs and my quarterback before I drafted anything.
So this is the thing. In round 3, I wasn't going to draft Lamar, but then they drafted Josh Allen, and it fucking scared me on it. And I don't think Lamar was coming back anyways.
I was pissed about that. I picked 1 because I was going to let first go get theirs, and then I was going to get Josh Allen on the comeback. And then he got Josh Allen with his second pick. I was like, you motherfucker.
The only person who could give you the back-to-back gave you the back-to-back. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and then it was funny because Xavier Worthy in the first play of the game got absolutely
his
demolished
third.
by Travis
Yes,
Kelce
it was his
as
third
if it was
snap.
scripted.
But oh my god. Yeah. So I drafted Xavier Worthy. And he's like one of my flex guys. And so I had like a 57% chance to win my game with Xavier projected at 14 points. Getting a fat fucking goose egg, I'm still projected at a 51% chance to win my thing. So my team is just that fucking goated. But yeah,
Well, the Eagles' defense did really poorly. So I mean that's really good because Dallas. I think honestly, I'm surprised at Dallas. I didn't think they'd have the willpower after they lost Micah to like really keep up with them.
Dude, one of the things Z, I've done exactly 2 leagues and I've drafted the same kicker in both leagues. Here's my kick or my advice for drafting a good kicker. Get a kicker on a shitty team. Because if they're not going to be able to convert and get those touchdowns, they're going to be kicking a lot of field goals. So you don't want the Eagles kicker. You don't want the fucking Ravens kicker. You want the fucking Dallas Cowboys kicker, baby. I fucking love that man. Brandon Aubrey will never do me wrong.
Yeah, Aubrey got you 11, and then I had Dicker the kicker. He got me 9,
Yeah.
which is for those are both above average numbers for kickers. So we both have good kickers. I think. We play each other in week 3 and week 12. Week 3 is going to be interesting because bye weeks don't exist yet. But week 12, I think is going to. I think you got more. I have more players on bye than you. Who's got players on bye? My kicker's on bye, and you have no players on bye. So not that bad. Not that bad. But yeah, you're. I guess they say that you're okay. No, not anymore. So week 3, I'm favored to win by 2%, and then week 12, you're favored to win by 4%. But when I swap my kicker out, it'll be even. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if this is entertaining to anyone to listen to.
Yeah, I feel we get a little too in the weeds about it, but I'm excited to. I love that I high rolled in this league for no reason. One thing that's really funny. So it went Jamar Chase first, Saquon Barkley third, Dijon third, like normal people. Then motherfucker,
CD was third.
What's that?
Lamb was third.
It was not Lamb.
Bijan.
It auto drafted Dijon third. Promise.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I'll give it to you.
And then this motherfucker must have been looking at last year's sheet because he fucking goes Colin McCaffrey, And I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Christian.
Christian, that's it. Christian McCaffrey. And I was like, that's a fucking insane one to draft at 4th.
At 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking Christian McCaffrey goes out with a fucking injury before his first game. I'm like, hell yeah. Fuck that
He's
guy.
questionable.
It's cool.
He's not fully out, but he's listed as questionable.
Yeah.
He will probably play, I think. Because he came out and said that people were like blowing it out of proportion because he's had so many injuries in the past. And I was like, that's what you said last year, and then you didn't start for 8 games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I don't know what to tell you.
R.I.P. the dude who drafted Christian McCaffrey first, way out of order.
All he had to do was draft the guy that I drafted. He had to just draft Jahmyr Gibbs, and he would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I got Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm happy for it. I went very running back heavy. I went running back, and then quarterback, and then I went wide receiver for like 4 rounds in a row.
Yes, I did. I think I did running back, and then receivers. I'm pretty receiver heavy actually. Like both of my flex spots are receivers right now because I got like Olave and I had Worthy, and I've got fucking I don't know fucking Josh Allen. He's like, you know, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. In just doing 7 seasons, he already has more touchdowns than any quarterback in their first 8 seasons, which is fucking just an insane stat to have. And so I'm like in my head, why are both of the Buffalo receivers rated so dog shit? I was like, he has to be throwing touchdowns to someone. And so I drafted one of the Buffalo receivers to like put my money where my mouth is. I was like, these touchdowns got to go somewhere.
You got one of their tight ends too.
Yeah, I did get their tight end as well.
Honestly, it's crazy that you got that tight end because that tight end's like a starting tight end, Kincaid. But yeah, I think the ultimate thing is that Josh Allen can just run it in for a touchdown. He's kind of like a Jalen Hurts, where like I got Devontae Smith and he did shit because they just didn't pass the ball. So there's the reality of like the Bills might not pass the ball. They just might not. But it is what it is. All right, let's get off the football. I can talk about this for another hour probably.
It is funny because I'm like in my day-to-day, not a big fucking sports guy, but I am just enamored with fantasy. I think it's so fascinating for some reason.
Yeah, fantasy is one of those things where you could like be a nerd and be into it, or like not even just be not a very physical person, because it's like it's gambling at the end of the day. If you like gambling, you get there. It's in there, you know. You watch the number go up.
One of my coworkers, he was watching, I think it was NPR, it was some podcast, where they were like, you are trapped underwater in like a bunker, no chance of rescue. You have plenty of food, plenty of water, and you're going to be under there for 3 weeks. And you have to be locked. Who are you choosing to be locked in with? Is it Donnie Trump Jr.? Is it Stephen Miller? Or is it Marjorie Taylor Greene? You have to pick one. You can't kill yourself.
Stephen Miller.
Yeah, I said Stephen Miller because I feel like I could physically kill Stephen Miller.
Yeah, get me in there with him, and he's not coming out.
Exactly.
Not in a way that he could continue perpetrating the shit he does against immigrants.
Yeah.
But the problem is like it's like a Hydra, right? I could fuck up Stephen Miller, but there's like another Stephen Miller, a more fucked up Stephen Miller, like just waiting to get the job, you know?
For sure.
So it's like, I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, I don't know. She's like racist, but it's like whatever, you know. She's not the most racist of those 3 for sure.
And one of the interesting things, conversation we had that came from that is like, well, Marjorie is a fucking, you know, not very well educated, has a lot of shit takes. She at least isn't super whipped like a lot of other MAGA people are, because like I said, she signed the petition. Yeah. She is like, hey, I think they're doing a genocide in Gaza. And so like, you know, she at least stands for what she believes in, even if it's not like the popular MAGA opinion. Which, so it's like cool that she's stands for what she believes in, even if she does believe in a lot of dog shit.
Yeah, I think the thing is also with Stephen Miller, like he would have a level of fear put into him just by being in there with me. If he knew anything about me, that he would just like, it would feel good to exert that level of fear and power over him.
Sure.
Where he think about how he makes those immigrants feel, you know, how powerless and how afraid they are. I just want to give him a little bit of what they felt, you know, and what they're feeling. Just give him a taste of it. I swear I'm literally gonna get a call after this episode.
It was very cathartic.
I will say that I'm not trapped with them; they're trapped with me. So,
but I like that we're all in agreement. Fucking no one wants it to be Donnie. That would just be a fucking miserable experience for everyone involved.
I mean, it's like a mosquito. It's like they're annoying, but you leave them outside. Stephen Miller's like a poisonous snake. You want to kill that motherfucker because he's gonna hurt a kid.
Yeah.
Donnie
He has
Jr.
already
is
hurt
like,
kids.
yeah, Donnie Jr. He's a nuisance for sure, but he has no power. He's a mosquito. That's my thoughts. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene is like the Jewish space laser that she claims exists. She is the laser
She
in
is
this
the
scenario.
laser.
She is the laser because she will discriminately shoot whoever as long as she feels that she is vindicated and correct. I like half of what Marjorie Taylor Greene does is because she wants to be right and she believes a lot of stupid conspiracies. It's just like stupidity at its finest, truly. Like her constituents are stupid and she's stupid. So it's like the stupid Olympics. They're sending Marjorie.
They're sending Marjorie.
They're sending Marjorie and we're coming back with the fucking gold, baby. And I'm in the front row cheering her on the whole way. Ready to go. I love it, dude. Oh my god. It would be the best candidate to send for the stupid Olympics.
Fucking bet it all on red, I guess. What color represents Marjorie? You know what? Fucking
like,
sorry. Fucking,
orange maybe.
it's fucking the joke is right there. We're actually so fucking shitty comedians. We're putting it all on green. Yeah. I was like, fuck. All right, run it back. Run it back. So we're sending Marjorie to the stupid Olympics and we're putting it all on green, baby.
Bling! Hit it on the 0. The roulette wheel goes around. It lands right next to the green. You're like, fuck! No, but speaking of absolute fools, can you believe that a guy decided to go to court with Nintendo and didn't bring a lawyer? You know, like, what the fuck is that about?
That is, yeah, because like Nintendo famously like one of the most litigious companies of all time. Fucking, we'll send a cease and desist to any and everyone for fucking mentioning the name Nintendo, or even playing actual official licensed Nintendo games in ways that they don't approve of. And then you're just gonna be like, yeah, no, I got this.
Well, the thing is so just to give some background into this for those who don't know, the Switch modder, he basically created a MIG switch that allowed you to emulate any Nintendo Switch game on this cartridge. You could load it up into your Switch, and then you could just play a bunch of games. He also made Yuzu, which is an emulator from back in the day for Nintendo Switch, or not even back in the day. Well, Nintendo Switch is like 10 years old now, so it is back in the day technically. But it's basically a famous modder, famous emulator that created a lot of ways to bypass Nintendo DRM and pirated and, I assume costed them at least $2 million, which is what they settled for. So yeah, he went to court. He decided to not bring a lawyer, instantly settled because he was like, wait, I can't do this. Yeah. And then and then Nintendo's like, thanks, buddy. We're also going to confiscate every piece of Nintendo gear you ever had. Swear to God, that was part of the deal, is that he is not allowed to own Nintendo shit anymore. Just not even a lick of it. It is abundantly awesome what they have decided to do to that one guy because he made the MIG switch. Yep. Oh, man. It's really funny, too, because the MIG switch didn't work on the Switch 2. A lot of people were putting it in, and they would see it, but then the Switch would get instantly banned because the Switch 2 has technology to recognize the MIG switch. But That's funny. Like, they were actively trying to develop a second MIG switch that works. I don't think they're going to do that anymore. And if they are, they're probably going to get a lawyer.
Or just like, don't be out and proud, be like, hey, this is my thing that I'm doing. Fucking come at me, Nintendo.
Yeah, and then not have a lawyer. It's crazy because they got him in the U.S. courts for this, not Japanese courts. Because notoriously, the Japanese courts will side with Nintendo for pretty much everything, but the U.S. courts, it's like anybody's game at that point. So Nintendo, not that there was really any court intervention, but like just the threat of it in the U.S. Just he folded under no pressure, basically. Or under. Well, to be fair, there was some pressure. They were gonna send that guy to Azkaban probably, but
fucking suck his soul out.
The worst part of the Dementors. But yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of foolish stuff going on lately. A lot of foolish stuff, a lot of ghoulish stuff, a lot of Viewbots.
Well, okay, I was trying to figure out how does he stick the landing? Spoilers, he doesn't.
Oh yeah. I never do.
But yeah, so fucking the Twitch, they finally did the goddamn thing. They were like, they've been talking for years, like, we need to address the body problem. We need to address the body problem. And then just never did anything about it. And then they fucking did. And it was kind of sick. Like, because
they did.
Everyone is pretty much in agreement that like getting the bots off of Twitch is a good thing. So that way people can like be more representative of like what's actually going on. And like, maybe some people are getting more sway than they deserve. Maybe some people are like, juicing advertisers, which I guess fuck advertisers. Like, I don't care that the advertisers are like not getting their money's worth. Who fucking cares? If your fucking ad is running to fucking 20,000 bots, good. But like Twitch truly can't grow if we don't have accurate numbers. And so I think overall it's a net positive. However, as a result of axing all the view bots, they have had their lowest viewership that they've ever had in 5 years, which is, you don't love to see it, but it's also like, at least we're getting the bots out. Thoughts?
Yeah, I have a couple of bot thoughts actually. Well, for one, I'm gonna call out certain people by name. Fucking Lacey, Your Rage, Neon, Mizkif, Tectone, all of them botting. Fuck you. I don't know if they were doing it. I don't know if they were doing it, but people were. They were their channels were 100% without any doubt being botted. I think there's two things. The first thing that I want to acknowledge is that it's good that Twitch is doing this. Number two, it's bad that they let creators know that they were doing it, because it somewhat gave them time to legitimize their bots and to essentially. I think there are some creators that were able to bypass this, and they were able to get bots that created like. Have different patterns, because a lot of what they were doing was scalping the amount of channels that a user was active in. Like, they were taking a Twitch user who was active in 100,000 Twitch channels, and that was obviously being flagged as a bot. That's basically their algorithm, and how they did it was looking at all of these channels and all of these users and how many channels that they had been in. So they're just giving these creators a chance to like circumvent this in a way that's like Kai Cenat saying, oh, I'm going to do Mafiathon 3, and then not going live for a month conveniently right when all of this was happening, and then going live to like 500k people. You know what I mean? It's just, I am skeptical, and I feel almost like it's like a way to legitimize some of these Viewbotting streamers to advertisers. Like, this is basically a way for them to say, continue advertising here, but also our biggest creators, we want you to continue botting. So like, yeah, Twitch lost 25% of their viewers. I think the number's probably way higher than that. I think it's like 40%. Honestly, I think we didn't get it. We didn't get enough. I think that there are like Emeru on her starting soon screen would go live and jump to 22k viewers instantly. And like, she says she's not view botting, but like, what like obviously these bots, they already have a way to work around these filters, and they're just doing it anyway still. So like, I would love if this was a solution, but this feels like a band-aid that they've put on to tell the advertisers, like, please keep spending money here, please, no, please. It's like, it feels, that's what it feels like to me. That's my personal take and my thoughts on it. Like, sure, great thing, but also the way they did it was the shadiest fucking way possible.
I guess just like more thoughts, because like you mentioned a lot of OTK people. A lot of people had noticed that like people in orgs tended to be getting botted more, and so it would be
phase.
Yeah, that was like phase OTK people like that. As just like a way to sell the org to advertisers better, is why you were getting botted. And it's also like if someone gets outed as botting, they were like, well, I'm not botting, someone must have botted me. And so it's like a very I don't like, you can't hold anyone accountable, it feels like, which is
an easy way out. Yeah.
And just like
no one's gonna admit to botting. They're like, no one's gonna do that. So it's like anybody could just say that they're being botted by somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I go live tomorrow and I'm at 1.2 mil concurrence, I'll be like, no, I'm not botting, guys, I promise. Someone must have botted me.
What a really crazy day.
Yeah, wow. Fucking my pop off is insane. The Sweet Deal Saturday hitting like crack.
It would cost a lot of money to bot yourself to 1.2 million viewers.
Fucking, hypothetically, how would we even go about doing this? Like, purchase. I need to go live in Minecraft and get someone to fucking drop the cheap viewers link. Purchase.
I mean, it was interesting because Ludwig dropped a video recently where he streamed on a new Twitch account to 0 viewers until a chatter came in, and he got 1 chatter in 5 hours and said it was the worst experience of his life, and if he had to do it every day, he'd kill himself.
Yes.
And it's interesting because like,
you and I do
watching
that shit
video,
on the reg.
watching that video made me want to just download a Viewbot. I swear to God, like no video has ever made me want to do that more than that video. I watched that video and the takeaway was streaming is useless. Like there is no like the only point to streaming is after you already have an audience. Like why even go live to 0 viewers? There's no discoverability. Like you might as well viewbot up to 20 viewers so you maybe have a chance of one person viewing you. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's the takeaway I can like I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to not stream because I just like fuck that shit to a certain extent, but I don't know. It just fucking tilts me that like you could be the funniest best streamer on the planet. It just don't matter in this day and age, you know?
All right, so I'm on social.
Fucking Mizkif is botting to 20K.
I'm on Social Wick. It's like what type of service do you want? You can buy like Instagram likes, fucking all this other shit. So I'm on Twitch live stream views. I typed in 1.2 million, and they would not let me buy that many. You can't order more than 10,001 live stream views.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But to Viewbot myself to 20 for 30 minutes, only 56 cents. That's not bad, baby.
That's a good rate, chat.
That is cheap viewers, as it turns out.
Keep an eye out next stream. Did you go to the fucking link that they always send?
No, I literally just Googled purchase viewers Twitch, and Social Wick was the first website that came up.
That's really funny, but yeah, Viewbotting on Twitch, it's they're cracking down. Whether that's a good thing or not, fucking remains to be seen. I think the advertisers love it, right? That's the intent of it to begin with, is that the advertisers love it. So we'll see what happens. I think that this is very telling as to the direction the site's going for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is that time of the week where we do. It's not the lesson. I know. I almost made you think it was a lesson, but I do a little bit of a game of the week thing here on Softlock Cafe, and while we did miss the last episode, I'm not doing a double game of the week because we have a very special game of the week this week. It's a game that I talk shit on a lot.
Yeah, we did. Oh my god, what the fucking which one was this? Was this Summer Game Fest?
Yeah, this finale? No, it was before Summer Game Fest.
The one that we watched.
It was like in the spring.
Oh, was it Sony State of Play?
Yeah, it was the end of the State of Play. Yes. Absolutely.
They double honeypotted us with just a fucking generic ass Marvel slop fighting game, and we were like, why the fuck? One, why was this the pinnacle? Two, why the fuck are they running it back? Like they did like 2 segments on it, and they did another stream afterwards doing like a deep dive, and we're like, who?
It was like 2 trailers in a row.
Yeah. We're like, who fucking cares about this goddamn Marvel fighting slop game? Our bad for being uninformed. Apparently, it's the people that did like Dragon Ball Fighters and there's like all of like the really cool anime games that people actually fucking love. They're the ones doing it. So we're like, oh, this is why it was a big deal. Fucking our bad. And you got into the beta, right?
Yeah. So it's interesting because not a lot of people did get into this beta. If you go on Twitter and on Blue Sky, you'll find that like out of every 10 people talking about it, 9 of them or 8 of them aren't getting into the beta. This is like a very sought after beta, and not a ton of people are getting in. Just looking at if I break it down by server, the East Coast server, there were 64 slots per lobby, and there were about 50 lobbies, and most of them were filled. So doing the math, if you're doing like 5 times the 64, it's around 300, but add that 0. So there's about 3,000 players per region. Then there were about 20 regions, so about I want to say 60,000 players got in. And if think about that, if we're talking about social media and 80% of people are saying they didn't get in, if we want to expand that number by the 80%, that means there's at least like 400,000 people that wanted to get in that didn't. You know what I mean? So this is an incredibly large launch, I think, overall. But if we want to get into my thoughts about what the beta was, and this is coming from someone who's played a lot of fighting games in his life. I haven't like done anything competitively, but I've played a lot of like Street Fighter style games. I have not played a ton of tag team fighter games. This is one of my first ones that I'm going to probably play because I had a good time with it, but the fighting's very crisp. I like how instead of in Street Fighter where you're caught up in these like strings that where like you have to input these buttons specifically, like I can mash a little bit better in Tokon and have better results. That feels good for me as a newer player. Sure. Because in Street Fighter, you have to have the precise timing of the input. If you mash the input early, the input has no lag. It won't it won't like even if you press the button early, it won't register it when you have to press it the frame it's available. But in Tokon, you can press the button early and it will still register that input a couple of hit frames later, so it'll activate that move after you press the button. I like that a lot because I am able to actually as a new person, get combos and strings off, where I feel like it would be really hard if it was like Street Fighter, and this was my first tag team fighter game like that. I like the verticality of the game as well. It's my first time playing a game like this, and you can there's like 2 whole screens that are the size of the main screen above it. You can have a whole ass anime fight in the air if you want to in Tokon. That's cool as shit. Mm-hmm. I really like that part. Now, some of the things that I didn't love, why would you release a Marvel game with 6 characters in the pool? Why would you do that? Even in a closed beta, why would you do that?
What are the 6? I know we have Storm, we have Iron Man.
Yeah, Storm, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, we have Star-Lord.
If you only have 6 and Star-Lord makes the shortlist, that's sus.
Yeah. And then you have Miss Marvel. And then you had...
Is Cap in it?
Yes, Captain America's our 6th. Yeah. So those are the 6th. It just blows my mind. It feels like they should have had just more. Especially when you have 4 on a team, right? You don't even have enough to have 2 original teams. 8 characters would have even been better because I could have had a 4 on one team, and then maybe I play against 4 that are completely different. But I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have it ready. Maybe they're very busy. It is the first closed beta, so maybe they're gonna do another beta and they'll have 2 more characters, or maybe 4 more characters, or even 6 more characters, depending on. Because I assume that they have. I hope that they have at least 20 characters ready for the launch, minimum. Mm-hmm. If they have less than 20 characters, that feels like a failure.
Yeah. 20 is also the number I had in my head, funnily enough.
Yeah. And then I will say as well, some of the inputs felt a little confusing, specifically the assist button or the assemble button. Sometimes I will just be in the middle of a combo, pressing the assist button, thinking I'm going to pull my assist out, and it just won't come out. And I don't know when that button is active versus non-active. I don't know if it's mid-combo, and there's no, I couldn't find the info anywhere in the game, and I feel like I shouldn't have to go outside of the game to find that info. Even in a closed beta, I feel like they should at least have the ability to have that frame data, in a practice mode. There's no practice mode either. It's either the first 30 minutes of each session is CPU only, where you have to fight a bot, and then for the 3.5 hours after that, for the sessions are different time, but you know what I mean. The rest of the session is online only in arcade lobbies. So I just wish there was a way for me to figure that out. And then overall, I would give that it's a very fun beta, and it's going to be, as far as I understand, a free game when it comes out on multiple platforms. So I see no reason why this game isn't going to pop off, for fighting. And kind of in the way that Street Fighter 6 did, where it added the modern controls and got a lot of new players. I feel like this game is going to bring a lot of gamers to the fighting scene that would never have done it otherwise. I mean, it's also really funny to listen to the Marvel characters go, "Oh, Hajin this," and talk classic Japanese people, and then Iron Man's mask opens up and it's white ass Tony Stark,
I do like also that Iron Man's mask is a fucking samurai helmet, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is super cool. But that's my Tokon Game of the Week review. I would obviously, you can't play it by the time this episode comes out. The beta's going to be out, but go sign up for the PlayStation beta program. You could get into this beta and other betas in the future for upcoming games that are super cool. And then maybe you'll be able to have a beta on Steam or something in the future, and I'll play with you.
We want you to be the best beta that you can be.
It's true.
It's time. Everyone's favorite time of year. The whole reason you guys watch this podcast. The lesson.
Yeah.
And
the lesson.
Fucking don't mean to toot my own horn. I feel like I fucking chefed it up with this one, dude. So one thing about me, I love animals and I love science. And if we knew anything about animals, is that they breed innovation.
Oh. All right.
In science, right? They breed innovation in science. I don't see how that could have possibly been misconstrued. Don't worry about it, right? We're breeding innovation.
Oh, good start already. Oh, what? Hold on. What we're talking about? Are we talking about animals and breeding right now? Is that the topic? What are we talking about?
No, we're talking about how animals have innovated science. So there is this phenomenon called biomimicry, the science of basing inventions off of things that we find in nature, right? And so what we're gonna do? We're gonna play a little game. I made a game for you. I am going to show you an animal, and you have to guess what technology is based off of said animal. Okay.
Okay.
So we're
I'm
going
with
to
that.
guess that innovation.
Woo! Okay. Let's see it.
All right. So the burdock plant. What do you think we have done off of the burdock plant? And I feel like I ranked them easiest to hardest. So this is our easiest one. So what do you
Hey,
think?
wait, I gotta reframe it because you said you were gonna show me an animal. So what am I trying to guess here?
What technology did we create that was inspired by this burdock plant?
Velcro.
Damn. Fucking 1-for-1, baby.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Not pre-watched, by the way.
No, not pretty much. Yeah, we do our best to keep our topics hidden. I wouldn't even tell Oath what the lesson was about when he was asking about it earlier. Yeah, so Velcro.
Yeah.
We got the hooks and the loops, and that's why we're like, damn, these plants are really good at fucking sticking to shit. What if we did that so that way we could stick shit to shit? And then we ended up with Velcro.
Ooh.
All right.
It's true. It is a good invention for sure.
All right. So humpback whales. What do you think that they have inspired? And okay. So the sixth one is the one that we're doing a deep dive on, and I have 5 leading up to that. Because I found an article that had 5 examples of biomimicry. The static image here is from that article, and I included the image from the article in each of them to try to be as like helpful as possible for like what you think could possibly have been done.
My best guess is like a silo or something.
Are you? Did you fucking go watch the goddamn thing?
No, wait. Is that right?
So windmills, yes.
Okay. But that's not the same.
Okay. Oh, you meant like storage silo?
Yeah, like a water silo.
Okay.
Like because they keep a lot of water.
Yeah. No. So whales, as you saw on the
Kill
thing,
yourself.
they can just like fucking, they can just like, you know, do like a barrel roll, and they're not like the most aerodynamic creature. So like, how the fuck are they able to do that? So we have based the modern windmill farming. Yeah. So just the 2 on the sides here. The design for the blades are based off of the fins of humpback whales because of their ability to be able to like cut through air and water. It's like hydroponic farms as well, where we're harnessing water energy, are also made off of that. Also, I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Yeah, mill yourself.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't
anyway,
are we not friends?
The kingfisher
Oh
bird.
God!
What do you think this little bird has inspired?
Why did you show me that?
Show you what?
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see them fuck. God. What are they? I don't know what kingfishers do.
It's a bird.
Give me, I don't know, like lube, because they be fucking.
Of course, obviously, you can tell by the sleek design of the bill that it was the design for the Shinkansen. They had originally made the bullet train, and then they were like, "Damn, this shit loud as hell." And so they redesigned it with this bird's beak in mind to make it more slender, more narrow. It increased the efficiency, and the main thing is that it reduced the amount of noise because of it just being like, you know, better. So the bullet train is based off of the bill. The bill of that bird.
I hate that this is how we're talking about the Shinkansen on the show. Yegog is punching the air right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the only time we're ever going to mention it. We're definitely never going to talk about how America has a failed public transit system and we need to just fucking bite the bullet and build high-speed rails. Anyway, sharks.
Sharks?
Sharks as a concept.
What?
Something, yeah, it's not specific to one single shark.
Sharks all gotta move forever or they die. Because if they stop moving, they die. So it's probably a perpetual motion machine. Easy.
Obviously, it was submarines.
Fuck!
So, specifically about submarines. We were making these early model submarines, and they were like, damn, we're fucking getting bogged down with all this like fucking like algae and barnacles and shit that's growing on us. But sharks suspiciously never have any of that shit because shark skins are actually in like a weird like little diamond lattice pattern. And the grooves prevent bacteria and things from being able to grow on the shark. And so now the hulls of our submarines have a similar like, you know, design where it's like all like lattice and they're rough and not smooth to be able to prevent things from being able to grow on it. Kind of cool, right?
Do you think the Ocean Gate submarine was modeled after a shark?
Fuck no, that shit was smooth as hell, and that's why it died.
Do you think that one was after a shark?
Smooth as the braid is the guy who designed it. All right, and then
it was after the shark from a PS4 game, actually.
Last one. This one is the hardest. Termites.
Termites? I don't know, like the skyscrapers, how we build those.
Of
I
course,
assume.
Zimbabwean architecture.
That's a plus one.
Yeah, that is plus one, honestly. The termite mounds, they have like just the way they are, they have like a big fucking hole going up the side, and then they have like little offshoots. And it causes this is the God, what the fuck is it? I should
It's like an anthill, right?
It's not quite the same as anthill. But yeah, like this model of architecture is literally called the termite model. And it basically allows it makes for a more efficient cooling. So you have fans at the bottom,
Okay.
and then it's able to like distribute throughout the building a whole lot easier. And it's like literally like 90% more efficient than like what we do here in America. It's actually like really fucking sick.
Why are we not doing that here then?
Great question. I don't know, because Americans are fucking dumb. And it also like it doesn't get as hot over here, so the need to have more efficiently cooled buildings isn't as high. Like, don't get me wrong, we should always be striving to be more efficient, use less energy, but fucking we don't care about that, because if we're using less energy, then the energy companies make less money. Get your head out of your ass, Oath.
Oh, you're so right. What was I thinking?
Yeah,
when I should be putting more money in Duke Energy's pocket.
Exactly. You're not thinking of the profits. But
Yeah,
so
my bad.
this last one, this animal is so good at this thing that we're trying to recreate that we literally do not have technology to be able to keep up with it. Okay,
Oh shit.
it's fucking.
Is it sucking and fucking?
This is the one that we're doing a deep dive on, right? The pinnacle,
Okay.
the most scientifically amazing animal that humans have ever observed. The chicken.
Oh man, they're so good at
What
making out.
about the chicken are we so desperately trying to recreate?
Crossing that damn road.
You're so right. So actually, what a camera no spoilers, what a chicken is really good at is camera stabilization. We are trying so desperately to be able to create a camera that can do what a chicken's head does. Because I don't know if you've noticed
Holy
now
shit.
that I'm doing
Crazy
it.
head.
Yes, they got that crazy head. The head game on a chicken
God.
is absolutely insane. So
Look at him go.
they have this thing called an optokinetic reflex. And basically what it means is that chickens, they can't move their eyes because like just the way they are on their head. And so what they do to be able to like look and focus on something is they like move their whole body to compensate. So that's why like the head bobbing motion of a chicken is actually them just stabilizing their vision.
Like,
And the chicken's head is able to do this where it just like stays perfectly still. It's like literally subconscious. It doesn't even realize it's doing it. The chicken's just gonna like focus on a spot, and you can like do whatever you want with the body. You can rotate it, lift it, and it will just stay the same. And we are just absolutely fucking like fascinated, enamored by this ability that we have in chickens. And so we have this came from an LG commercial where a cameraman was inspired by a Smarter Everyday video that he had seen talking about this phenomenon. And he was like, well, why don't we just fucking put cameras on chickens instead of like wasting all this time trying to make this fancy dancy fucking camera stabilization machine?
well,
And
they shit a lot, right?
the shitting a lot is like the juice would be worth the squeeze of the shitting a lot. The main downsides come from it's a fucking chicken and they're like ooh shiny, and so they'll like jerk their head a lot, like trying to focus on like getting them to focus on the thing you want them to focus on. And then also, you know, just like animal rights is probably like a part of it. But so they took a chicken and they put him on a speedboat. They put her on a kayak. They put her on a like
Why
a.
did they give her a stupid head?
That's what the camera's on. What
Oh,
do you mean?
that's the camera. Okay, it turns out that's the camera.
Yeah.
All right.
They put her on a motorbike and they went skydiving with this bitch, all to capture.
Why did they do that? That's definitely a violation.
Correct. And then I was able to find footage of all of these, but they did not have footage of the skydiving one, suspiciously. Because, like I said, getting the chicken to focus is.
I wonder why.
Right. So here's him like running, chasing a dog. Here's from the boat. Like, look how fucking insanely.
The bow one's good.
Yeah. On a motorbike.
That's just not real.
This is real, is the crazy thing about it.
Show me an out there. That's not real. No, I refuse to believe he did that jump with the chicken. He didn't do that. That's not real. You're lying. You're lying to me right now.
Yeah.
That's not real.
And so fucking we're looking into getting ways to be able to improve this more and more, so that way we can like use chickens in cinema and like be able to like have chickens be in movies. So we can just have like cheaper, more efficient, higher quality stabilization gear, so we can like increase the quality of our fucking action movies. And I personally,
We
I think it's cinema.
I go back one slide real quick.
No, I don't know how. Boom, we're back.
Okay, well, don't fucking leave that guy in the top left alone with a chicken in a dark room. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
He's the guy who did the LG commercial. I also just realized the white bar at the bottom. Whoopsies.
This dude is literally like the TJ Miller of chickens. Like,
He is
get
the
him outta here.
TJ Miller of chickens.
Jesus Christ. Well, also, it's funny that they painted the helmets. Like, leave it to humans to paint like, who cares?
Yeah.
the chicken don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Also,
Got
the
flames.
helmet doesn't look comfortable. It don't like why is it a human helmet? At least give it like some chicken things so its little chicken things can go in it.
I was like, chicken helmet technology has come far. The Smarter Everyday video that the dude got inspired by, he just took a bread clip and clipped it to like the fucking like the red cartilage part here, and then had like a rubber band holding the camera onto the bread
This
clip.
is human rights violation.
Yeah, so I was like, that shit was
human.
fucked. So like, what we have now is we've increased chicken camera technology tenfold already.
My thoughts are that this is insane, but I like the idea. However, there's no way they had that chicken on that motorbike. I just refuse to believe this.
You're denying cinema at its finest.
Wow. Now all they have to do is figure out how to make a puffer fish into a fleshlight, and I'm there. You know, I was with you through all of this, but now we need to take it a step further and analyze the puffer fish technology for fleshlight. Consider.
And that's been the Softlock Cafe. Thank you guys for joining. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. What animal innovations do you guys think would be cool? Please don't fuck a puffer fish.